Hello and welcome to the EMP Tech Group. Back upstairs in the Nerve Center area. We've never shot a video in this exact area here before. Over here is where Chris and Chad live doing a lot of support. George, you're kind of the third member of the support group. Yeah. Programmers are all there. Sales are all behind me. So kind of in the middle of the building here. And there's 3 cubes here. George, you live in that one. This one is for future use, but you've kind of hijacked it to use for project work since it's so close to your desk and you don't have to go upstairs and downstairs and all that. So you've got a project here. It's interesting, it's different. It's kind of an add-on part of our linen RFID linen sortation project a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It'll morph into that eventually, I think.
Yeah. So the company that was doing a lot of the PLC controls for that kind of product, some of the linen sortation things came to us and said, hey, I need to drive a Zebra printer from a PLC.
Right.
And they supplied this PLC to us, as I recall.
The whole box.
Yeah, the whole box. So we brought this in and you started doing some work to get the PLC to easily talk to the Zebra label printer,
and
right?
still communicate and follow the sequence that he needed.
Oh, nice. Okay. So as things are going through, he needs labels to come out in a certain order.
Yeah. So he gave me a kind of a walkthrough, a order of operations that I needed to meet, and what he would like the screens to look like, and what kind of behavior he needed.
So did you do the PLC programming itself?
I did both. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Great.
So he still has a PLC that, if we're not using the printer, does all the work, and still manages the linen bagging.
Okay.
And then if we're going to use the printer, I take over on the conveyors. He still bags, but I do everything else.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So he sent us a raw PLC and said, you program it, make it work with the Zebra printer. You do most of our PLC programming around here. Yeah. I think Jake maybe has some abilities there too.
Yeah, this one involves the Allen Bradley, so it's more
your baby. Yeah. Okay, cool. So PLC, Zebra printer, you're not using the Zebra, is it Network Connect?
Right. We're using another gateway appliance provided by another manufacturer. It's just an off-the-shelf solution to send ASCII from the PLC to a printer, to a scanner. It can also receive data in, but we're just sending out.
Okay. Because Zebra's got Network Connect for hand barcode scanners and for label printers. Right. It's an add-on module. You got to pay for that and everything else, but you kind of found a way around that.
Well, so yeah, and the printer he's using is an older ZE500, so it does not do Network Connect. So we had to find a way around it.
Okay. And that's a print engine as part of a print apply then. Okay, cool. So got a workaround. That's kind of what we do here. All right. Well, you want to show us a little bit about what happens here and what this is all about?
So what typically happens is the conveyor just continually runs, and there's these pins that they'll hang linen on that drag it up through the system. Yeah. And it counts those pins, and then it also has another sensor to detect when there's a linen hanging on that pin, and when it gets to that pin, the system will stop, and here in a minute we'll see the screen will change, and the operator will select what linen they have hanging. Okay. And once they select it, it continues on. And it's counting the pins, so it knows how many pins it is between where they load it and where they bag it. So when it gets up to there and it stops, it does a compare to, hey, is the pin number what I expect? And if it is, great, it puts it into the bagger. If it's not, it just dumps the data out of the system. Okay. In case one happens to fall off.
And it's going to automatically print a label and put it on that bag, is that right?
So it goes into the bagger. As long as it comes out of the bagger, we send data to the printer, and it prints the label and waits for it to come down and then applies it.
Okay, nice. So, well, show us how it works. And you're going to go off to your...
I'm going off camera just to do some button pushing here.
You may not even be off camera.
So as it's going through, if you can see that the pin number at load changes, so that's what pin number the system has. Okay. And so then when it gets to one that actually has a linen, it will switch to this screen. This screen is also selectable. In the background, they can say which ones they're going to use, or they may not be using that day or whatever. So if they have one that they're not going to use for a long time, they can turn it off so it doesn't show up on the screen and kind of keeps the clutter from being too bad.
Oh, got it.
We also kind of sorted them based on round and square and color coded them to make it easier to find. So I'm just going to come over here and pick one. Once they pick it, it goes back to the main screen and the conveyor starts up again. And then when it gets up to where it needs to be, It stops when it gets up to the bagger. The bagger's then going to offload it. As you can see with that hang-in device, that light turned from green to red, meaning it's open.
Yeah.
And then when it comes out, hang on, let me do it again. I messed up the sequence. Be my fault. Okay. Gets there, goes off, and then the conveyor, once it's offloaded, the conveyor starts up again automatically.
Yeah.
Gets bagged when it comes out. The label prints.
Got
And
it.
then eventually it would slide down to the bagger. There's a little bit of a delay to let the linen kind of settle in before the arm comes up and tamps it, and then it goes off.
Okay. And, you know, we've been working with this linen customer for a while, so I know that labeling automatically is very desirable because a lot of their labor is people having to put labels on bags of linens or on actually individual plastic, you know, sheets that are over linens as well. So this solves that. Again, customer finds out that we've got PLC capabilities. We know the Zebra printers inside and out. So they hooked us up with one of their vendors and said, these guys can help you do this work. So
And this vendor, his PLC guy that did all the bagging programming doesn't understand how to do
the printer
printing
interface.
side. Yeah. And this will eventually get to the point where they want to do RFID as well.
Okay.
So we'll eventually, at some point in time,
This will be an RFID printer
modify
instead.
this to, instead of them picking what it'll.
And an RFID print and apply too, because there's such a thing as an RFID print engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, well, fun project as always. Lots of moving parts, lots of great referrals of customers really happy with what we've done for them in the past, seeing our capabilities and recommending us to others. So that's one of the great things here. So if you need help with any kind of industrial application, getting a label printer to work, getting a scanner to work, that's what we do all day, every day. It's what you do a lot of here too. So
Found that niche.
EMPTechGroup.com, always the best place to reach us. Thanks for watching.